we are looking at the gainers of yesterday, but in a little bit more detail on the stock exchange. And one of the gainers was Centrum Investment Company. Now, Centrum Investment is listed on the Uganda Security Exchange and has been listed since February 10th, 2011. And Centrum is traded on the Uganda Security Exchange under the ticker symbol CENT, and the international securities identification number for the company is KE0000265. Centrum Investment is currently the 12th most valuable stock on the Uganda Stock Exchange, with the market capitalization of 207 billion Ugandan shillings, which makes about 0.999% of the Uganda Securities Exchange equity market. Centrum, looking at some of the graphs here, when we look at how it has been performing since 2021, we have seen a significant drop in prices or value, because when we look on this graph here, we can see that Centrum actually started above 500 shillings in terms of price by around August 2021, and down to about 500, below 500. It was above 500, well above 500 before November 2021. And then below, when we come to November 21st, we are seeing that it went below 500 cents, 500 Ugandan shillings. And then when we look at it maintained the price between 500 and 400, but it was still going down until it reached 400 in around March 2022. And it crossed downwards from 400 to about 300 in June this year. And it has been going below 300 recently, in the past couple of weeks, beginning July and the end of June, and currently it has just gone above the 300 mark again, coming up with coming up on the list of the top gainers for the very first time, in a couple of weeks as well. So that is Centrum Investment for you. But looking at the stock market performance, the current share price is 311 Ugandan shillings per share, and it closed its last trading day at 287.15 per share on the Uganda Securities Exchange, recording a 23.6% drop from its previous closing price of about 376.07 Ugandan shillings. Now, Centrum began the year with a share price of 444.82, but has since the year began lost about 30.1%. Now, that is about 100 shillings dropped, meaning people who bought shares in Centrum at the beginning of the year at 400 shillings are now losing about 80 shillings or 90 for that matter. And that is the year-to-date loss, 30.1% of the price valuation, ranking it the 15th on the stock exchange in terms of year-to-date performance. Centrum Investments is the 10th most traded stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange in the past 3 months. That is from March 22nd to July 4th, 2022. Centrum has traded a volume of about 2,900 shares, valued at 1.12 million over the period of 3 months, since March 2022 to July 4th. Okay, now looking at an average of about 46 shares that were traded per session. A volume high of about 27,000 was achieved on April 7th over the same period. And of course, we see definitely some of the values here in terms of changes in prices and the volumes that were traded. Now, on the 20th of June, it traded a volume of about 200 shares at 287.5, which is a change of about 88.92%. But we are seeing here on the trading day of 10th of December 2019. It traded a volume of about 1,996 shares, and the price was about 10.86% higher, which is not doing bad for that matter for Centrum Investments. Now, Centrum Investments Company, public limited company, was founded in, of course, 31st March 1967 and operates in the financial sector, specifically investment services industry. Centrum Investment Company contracts an estimated total number of 1,082 employees, and the company is led by Mr. James Mwirigi Moria, and as its chief executive officer and managing director since 2008. The company's board of directors is chaired by Mr. Dr. Donald Kaberuka, is composed of 10 members, whose names, of course, we shall mention on the show. But this is Centrum for you, and of course, Centrum, since it's an investment company, issuers of the Cent stock on Uganda Securities Exchange. They have 7 market competitors on the exchange who are also engaged in financial sector and or investment industries as well. And these are the National Insurance Corporation, the DFCU Bank, the Kenya Commercial Bank, Equity Bank Limited, the Bank of Baroda, Jubilee Holdings, and Stanbic Bank. Those are the competitors of Centrum Investments. That's a little bit about Centrum Investment. Moving to another gainer on the market, that is Jubilee Holdings. Let's have a look at Jubilee Holdings. Who is Jubilee Holdings and what does he do? Jubilee Holdings is a Kenyan insurance company that has been in operation since 1937 in the East African region. The company operations in Uganda were revived in 1992 by the formation of the Jubilee Insurance Company of Uganda, together with the Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development and International Finance Corporation, as well as the Development Finance Company of Uganda Limited. The Jubilee Insurance is one of the leading insurance companies in Uganda. Jubilee Holdings Limited is listed on the exchange since February 14th, 2006. And Jubilee is traded on the Uganda Security Exchange under the ticker symbol JHL, and the International Securities Identification Number for the company is KE00000273. And Jubilee Holdings Limited is currently the 8th most valuable stock on the Uganda Security Exchange, with a market capitalization of 494 billion Ugandan shillings, which is about 2.39% of the Uganda Securities Exchange equity market. Looking at some of the graphical performances here, Jubilee Holdings back in 2021 was above the 12,000 mark, and it came down to the 10,000 mark around January this year, 2022, and it has gone down to as low as 8,000. And this month, around between May and June, there was a little bit of decline in performance, and the lowest around May as well. But currently, it's trading at 8,252.1, and that is a daily rise of about 454.97 Ugandan shillings. That's a 5.84% appreciation in price. Jubilee Holdings is the sector is financials, and the industry, of course, is not stipulated. But Jubilee Holdings Limited, issuers of the Jubilee Holdings Limited stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange, have 7 market competitors who are also engaged in the financials sector. And that is, of course, DFCU, KCB, National Insurance Corporation, the National Insurance Corporation, and Bank of Baroda, Uganda, then Stanbic Bank, Uganda, and Centrum Investment Company. Now, that is another gainer there on the market. The last gainer we're looking at today is KCB, but we may also look into equity as well. But KCB Bank is one of the gainers for yesterday. And now KCB Bank is a subsidiary of the Kenyan-based KCB Group and is a commercial bank in Uganda. The bank opened for business in November 2007 at Commercial Plaza, Kampala Road. And of course, KCB Bank offers fully fledged universal financial products that are tailored for the Ugandan market while taking advantage of the emerging regional investment opportunities to support the interregional trade in the East African region. The KCB Group is listed on the Uganda Security Exchange and has been listed since October 19, 2010. KCB is traded on the Uganda Security Exchange under the ticker symbol of KCB. That is the International Securities Identification Number of 00000315. And KCB Group is currently the third most valuable stock on the Uganda Security Exchange, with a total market capitalization of about 3.67 million trillion Ugandan shillings, which is about 17.7% of the entire Uganda Securities Exchange. Remember, the guy with the highest, the company, sorry, with the highest, market capitalization on the market is Umeme, who has, I don't know the percentage, but he has quite a big chunk of market on the Uganda Security Exchange. But we are seeing KCB coming in third place after Umeme, and of course the second company, which we shall be looking at later on. Now, yesterday it closed the business with 1,229.07 Ugandan shillings as their share price, and that is a gain of about 34.04 Ugandan shillings and 2.85% gain there for the company that has been listed since 2010 on the Uganda Securities Exchange. Definitely, its competitors will be all the financial service providers like DFCU, like Equity Bank, Stanbic National Insurance Corporation, Jubilee Holdings, and Centrum Investment Company. Those were our top gainers. Lastly, our top gainer was Equity Bank. Equity Bank Limited was another top gainer. Let's have a look at Equity Bank Limited, what he has for us on the market here. Now, Equity Bank Limited is a Kenyan financial institution as well, offering financial services through its over 90 branch network, which includes 350 Visa-branded automated teller machines and 2,500 point-of-sale terminals, cashback services in all leading supermarkets, as well as internet and mobile banking. The bank commenced business on registration in 1984 and has since evolved from a building society to the largest bank in East African region in terms of customer base. Now, Equity Bank is a home to 48% of all bank accounts in Kenya, comprising of over 2.8 million accounts. The Equity Bank Limited is listed on the exchange since June 18th, 2009. And yesterday we had an appreciation in price by about 97.58 Ugandan shillings to a price of 1,367.4 Ugandan shillings, which is about 7.68% rise in price there. Of course, its competitors are all those in the financial sector, including KCB, DFCU, and other financial service providers on the market. Now, let's look at the market in its entirety as of yesterday. Officially, the Uganda Security Exchange lists several types of equities, treasury bonds, corporate bonds, and as well as the bills. And the table, of course, now we are going to look at is one that shows the listed equities and significantly the domestic companies and the 8 cross-listed companies, mainly from Nairobi. And now we go. We are looking at British American Tobacco, who traded yesterday at 15K with no change in price and no volume traded on the market. He's the one with the highest price on the market at 15K per share. Bank of Baroda, Uganda at 80 cents. Didn't have any volumes traded, neither did it have any change in prices. Centrum Investments, as we have seen already, at 311 cents, Ugandan shillings, also traded, and he has a 1.02 shillings increase in price there. Cipla, Quality Chemicals Industry Limited, at 69 cents, did not trade any volumes, and neither did have any change in price. DFCU Bank Limited did not change in price, and neither did it change and did it trade any volumes on the stock market yesterday. East African Breweries, we have already seen he's one of the gainers, actually a top gainer for that matter, at 4,364 closing price by the close of yesterday. Equity Bank at 1,367 is another gainer who was coming second place, and he gained by about 97.58 to a price of 1,367. Jubilee Holdings gained by about 450,050 shillings to about 8,252 Ugandan shillings. Then KCB was another gainer, and then MTN traded a volume of 5,500 shares, and he currently, by the close of the market, traded about 174.62 Ugandan shillings. National Insurance Corporation at 6.2. National Insurance Corporation is quite significant here to note that they have announced that they will be having a bonus issue for their shareholders. And of course, I'll read you this notice for those of you who have shares in National Insurance Corporation. Now, the National Insurance Corporation Holdings Limited hereby informs its esteemed shareholders and the general public that the issue of 707,889,859 additional ordinary shares by way of bonus issue, which was approved by shareholders at the company's annual general meeting that was held on 24th of June 2021, has been approved by the Capital Markets Authority, and the additional shares have been also approved for listing on the main investment market segment of the Uganda Securities Exchange on 11th of July 2022. All shareholders entitled to receive the bonus issues will have their SCD accounts credited by 8th of July 2022. Following the allotment, the company's share capital structure will stand as follows. And of course, the authorized share capital is about 10 billion Ugandan shillings. Dividend divided into two, that is 2 billion each ordinary share of about 5 each. Now after the bonus issue they have issued, they will have 13 billion that will be divided into 2.6 billion ordinary shares of about 5 Ugandan shillings each. Now, the paid up share capital and fully paid ordinary shares, the 7 million shares, of course, will be worth 10.6 billion. And the details of the bonus issue are available in the approved prospectus, which is available at the National Insurance Corporation Holdings registered offices located at Plot 3 Pilkington Road, Kampala, or can be accessed on their website. There is a note, however, that all shareholders who are yet to immobilize their shares and open Central Security Depository accounts are advised to do so through their registered stockbrokers and inform the company secretary accordingly. That is information coming in from National Insurance Corporation. Just a reminder for us all here that actually National Insurance Corporation has issued a bonus issue. Now, if it's new to you, a bonus issue is just where a company gives a few more shares to each shareholders as bonuses, maybe instead of a dividend. Sometimes companies declare dividends as way of appreciating their shareholders, but they can also issue shares that are either at subsidized prices or shares that are completely free, which can be credited onto the securities central depository accounts of those shareholders. And that's exactly what National Insurance Corporation has done. But by the close of the market yesterday, it was trading at 6.2, and that has not changed for the past 24 hours. And down to National Media Group. National Media Group was trading at 542.19 after a loss of about 2.02. National Media Group was one of the losers for the day yesterday. New Vision traded at 160 Ugandan shillings and didn't trade any volumes. Then Stanbic Bank Uganda traded about a volume of 87,600 shares at 21.5 Ugandan shillings. And that was a loss of also about 0.5 shillings on the market. Then down to Uganda Clays at 19 cents. And Uganda Clays also traded a volume of 77,300 shares there. But also about Uganda Clays Limited, it was one of the companies, of course, that issued their annual report for 2021, and they're saying that it is, of course, a story of progress and performance. In 2021, Uganda Clays Limited continued to implement its ambitious strategy for growth successfully, as the numbers in the reports show. Definitely, if you want to check out those reports, you can visit the Uganda Securities Exchange website and be able to cast your eyes upon the financials of the Uganda Clays Limited company to have a look at how they performed. Definitely down there, the last person on the market was Wumeme at 239.01, and he didn't have any volumes traded, neither was there any change in price for Wumeme Limited. Now, at the end of the first weekday of trading on the Uganda Security Exchange, a total of 170,400 shares corresponding to a market value of 4.3125 million Ugandan shillings were traded. And of course, compared with the previous Uganda Security Exchange trading day, that's July 1st on Friday, the data shows a 407% improvement in volume. And of course, the current market capitalization of the market is about 20.7 trillion Ugandan shillings. That is the trading summary for you there. But finally, looking on the losing side, we had Nation Media Group, Stanbic Bank, who led the losers with an end-of-day depreciation of 2.27%, and Nation Media Group at 0.37% depreciation, and MTN Uganda as well at 0.22%. Regarding the performance of the indices, the benchmark index, the Uganda Securities Exchange All-Share Index, soared by 33 points, which is a 3.55% appreciation, and it inched up to 1,204.5 points, representing a one-week loss of 5.16 and a four-week loss of 4.86, while an overall year-to-date of 15.22%. That is the trading summary for you there. Remember, this is information courtesy of the Uganda Securities Exchange. You can visit their website as well to get more of that. But the trading is open at 9 a.m. and closes at 1 p.m. People are already trading. So if you would want to trade, please go ahead. Get your phone using Altex Zabu, that is dialing *292#. You can as well be able to access the stock market and start trading your investments. We're going into a short break. When we return with the Nairobi Stock Exchange.